Hello, everyone. This is going to be episode 21 of On a Roll. And this week we're still going to be back in Ravenloft. We will have except Gazelle, played by Vader. We're pretty much going to have a six-person in the party, so almost a full party this week. So that should be pretty interesting. Also, um, so Warble's dead, so my new character is Ed. I know like last week it happened pretty fast. We did like a switch and for those who were following, maybe that happened really fast. But yeah, so Ed Vaughn is my new character that I brought in. He's gonna be a little bit lower level than the rest of the party, but I should be able to catch up pretty quickly. And so we'll pick up where we left the last time we played in Ravenloft, and that was with Madame Eva. So we just had like a bunch of cards, kind of like uh, the mystery got a little bit um, more intriguing. So we'll see how that does develop today. Hopefully, everybody survive. We'll see about that. Ryan the DM's on he's on iPad, so and he's kind of like in a remote location in a hotel room. So basically, I'm going to like I'm going to help him move tokens and things like that. So you might see things that usually like you wouldn't see as when I'm logged in as a player, but we'll uh we'll minimize metagaming, so keep that in mind. And without further ado, let's jump back and rejoin the group. All right, everyone, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
For those not watching Super Bowl.
Nope. All right. So when we last left off, you guys were in the Vistani camp, and you rested up for the night, and you wake up the next morning. Weather appears to be calm. The mists tend to be very sporadic from place to place, and you guys have some time to pack up your things and have some breakfast before you take off.
Beltic starts off his morning like usual. He goes ahead and does his various meditative stances, and then after he's done with that, he makes sure that his mule Warble II is okay.
Warble.
Honor is going to look for Madame Eva if she's still in her tent or anything like that.
You take a look, and she doesn't seem to be there when you go to her tent. It looks like the Vistani are in the middle of packing up to move their camp. And one of the Vistani comes up to you, Honor, and says, Madame Eva is resting currently. She's not taking any visitors at this point.
Oh, I see. I understand. And Honor looks a little downcast at that, but he continues packing up and getting ready.
Yeah, he basically explains that, because she is a frail old lady, that, her energy sometimes will get the best of her, and she needs to recuperate. So she's currently resting in one of the caravan wagons.
I see. Thank you.
I want to ask the leader of the group where they're going, like where they're heading to.
We travel from place to place. Our next destination will probably be towards the town of Barovia. We have replenish our supplies and make sure that we get ready for our next long traveling location. So he seems hungover when he says this.
Okay. All right.
How are Arena and Ismark doing? Did they both get rested during the night?
Yeah, nothing happened in terms of waking up in the middle of the night. You guys had a pretty good caravan watching guard, so you check your stuff and everything seems to be in order.
All right. Where are we heading now?
I believe we should still go to Valaki. We need to keep Arena safe, and that seems to be our best bet.
Yeah, Ismark agrees definitely. Time is of the essence. If we stutter in our travels, more likely the devil himself will find us.
All right, then let's try to get moving as fast as possible.
All right. Let's set up a marching order if we could. If you could let me know who's in front and who's surrounding the wagon and who's in the back.
Yes, Larry will be up front.
I'll be with Larry as well.
I'm gonna be right behind them, probably not too far from Beltic. I'm assuming.
And Beltic's going to stay next to Arena, so wherever we put her, Beltic stays next to her like glue.
And I'll stay in the back.
So Malcarrier will be ranging within 30 feet of the party left and right. I'll stay on their flank.
And Beltic suggests that Arena and Ismark be in about the middle of the party so they'd be easy to defend.
Sounds good. If you can switch over to the map there for the main realm, Ghost.
All right, let me. Wow, there's a few maps.
Should be Barovia map.
Barovia map. Okay, got it.
As you guys are you're traveling, you do pass what appears to be the falls of the Sayre Falls, and you follow the river, which leads to like a base of a canyon. You see this great waterfall spilling into a pool. You see lots of clouds of cold mist come up from it, and you see this great stone bridge spanning the canyon nearly 1,000 feet overhead.
Will we at any point need to cross that? Will we need to go up and cross it to get to Valaki, or can we just keep going past under it?
I think we need to cross it.
Where is it again?
It's right here.
But isn't it like above us, like 1,000 feet or something? He said.
No, I guess we are at like 1,000 feet up.
Can you move the token? We can't see that.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if that matters or not. That's like the edge of my screen.
Yeah, you get to the point where you see the trail go up to the front of the bridge, and you can get up there, and you have to cross the bridge basically to get across.
Oh, okay. It seems like only a portion of the map is visible. So is that on the GM layer or?
Yes, you can reveal it.
How do I do that?
I got you.
Ooh, cool.
All with a stroke of my finger.
The power.
Nice.
All right, so you guys see this bridge, and you basically see the as you're going up the trail, you see that there's a lot of mold encrusted stone, and that spans the natural chasm, and you see gargoyles cloaked in black moss perching on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, you see basically this waterfall, and you see it feeding into the river that goes down towards Barovia.
I'd like to ask Arena and Ismark if they know anything of this bridge.
Yes, this is the bridge that brings us over the falls towards basically the fork in the road, one of which goes to the castle, and the other going to Vallaki.
I don't really like the fact that we're going so close to the castle.
Okay. So the castle's behind the mountain, right? We can't see it?
Yeah, basically it's a large hill, and it's definitely blocking view.
I mean, this mountain, I assume that this is a mountain right here?
It's probably more of it. I wouldn't say it's like a large mountain. Probably it's more of like a larger hill or a small mountain in terms. There's no like huge peak, like a pointed peak. It's more of a curved top to it.
So we're traveling through like a valley or whatever.
Yeah, the valley is basically where the road is, and you see it winding to the west.
I kind of halt the caravan for a second as I'm looking at the gargoyles, and I kind of just sigh. I turn to Larry and it's like, "How much do you bet that they're alive?"
I don't know. Can you sense anything?
I'll pop a divine sense to tell if anything is. Hold on, let me check something real quick.
I'm not suspicious of those. They look like statues, I think.
They look worn, like rock.
Arena and Ismark didn't mention anything about them coming to life, so I feel pretty confident that they're not.
So people travel this road every day, right?
Yeah, it seems pretty well worn in terms of the road itself. You definitely see like tons of wagon wheel marks and imprints of hooves and other various footprints.
I don't know. Out of all the stories I've heard, dark place, moss-worn bridge, looming gargoyles, I don't trust it.
How
We
wide
can't-
is the water here?
Water appears to be about 100 feet, 100 to 200 feet going across. The pool itself is about 1,000 feet down, so it's a very narrow
steep.
chasm. Yeah,
Yeah.
very steep, very narrow chasm.
At the edge of the bridge, is there like a pebble that I can pick up and just chuck at one of the gargoyles?
Sure.
All right, I do that. I pick up a pebble and I just chuck it at one of the gargoyles.
All right. It hits the gargoyle and bounces off.
Honor just kind of gives a Honor kind of looks critically at it, says, "Well, shall we?"
Yes.
Let's.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
cross.
following you.
I'll attempt to cross.
Does it look stable enough where we could all cross together, or is it in such a state where we think that we should like cross one at a time or two at a time or something like that?
Yeah, I inspect the bridge.
It based on your passive perception, it looks very sturdy. This doesn't look like an ordinary wooden. This is a stone bridge, so I mean it definitely looks like it's of high quality.
Well, then once Arena is crossing, then Beltic is crossing in tandem with her.
I'll range forward. Check the other side.
All right. As you guys are crossing, all of a sudden you see
Oh man.
a large pack of bats just fly from out of nowhere, from like underneath the bridge, and they come up and they seem to not go your direction, like back over the bridge, but more to the west. You guys seem like you're slowing down in terms of crossing the bridge because these bats are just everywhere.
Are the bats actually attacking us, or are they just swarming around us and going off to the west?
They're just swarming off, like they're shooting out a general direction.
It's daytime, right?
It is, as a matter of fact.
So they're blinded by the light anyway, so let's move.
Yeah, I kind of
Ismark-
duck, but I keep moving.
Same.
Ismark turns over to Malkari, and he looks over to your character and he says, just because it's daylight out doesn't mean that they necessarily have the ability to not see. He
Are
goes,
they not ordinary bats?
the light in the realm tends to be a lot more softer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, isn't like the sky overcast, you said?
Yeah, it's very much overcast. Think of like being in gloomy London, especially during like the high fog, and it's definitely to the point where these bats are sinking low to the ground enough where they're, by going through the chasm, they're basically maneuvering their way through.
So it's daylight, but it's really not enough to bother them. Okay. Just enough for us to vaguely see.
Ismark says that is unfortunately one of the qualities of this realm, is that the curse that has been placed upon this realm has allowed these creatures of the night to come out during the day.
Now that concerns me. If bats can do it, maybe other creatures of the night can do it.
Mm-hmm.
While this is going on, while Ismark is talking, Honor's like down a little ways away from in the bridge, and he's just like fending off the bats, going, "Shoo, shoo, out, Valforman, out!"
And Beltic's just trying to keep as many off Arena as possible, even like going so far as to be like throwing uppercuts and whatnot, just trying to keep them off her.
You guys managed to cross the bridge with no problem. It is kind of a wet surface, so you guys are very careful in terms of not slipping, and you're taking your time going across. But there seems to be no issues.
Okay, let's push forward.
For Loki, here we come, hopefully.
You can go ahead and continue. Let me know when you guys want to get to the fork in the road. There we go.
Yeah, we go
And-
left, right? We take the fork left.
Yeah, as you get there, you start to see basically a couple things happen. The forest and the fog tend to be inescapable as you approach. And as the road splits into two, you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once important in terms of thoroughfare. To the west, you see basically this gate similar to the one you saw when you entered the realm, to the left. And there's a sign that says Vlaki pointing to the west, and then Castle Ravenloft to the east.
Is the gate open?
The gate appears to be open.
Honor's going to look out to the east. Can he actually see the castle in the distance, or is the fog too thick?
You can see far enough where you can make the spires of the castle, but nothing really too much other than that.
Honor turns away from the look of the castle and proceeds to inspect the gate.
I think we should move as quickly as possible from here. I really don't like to be near this castle.
All right. So as you guys pass through the iron gates, who's in the back?
Me.
The gates seem to swing back and close behind you as you pass through, slowly.
Well, that's messed up.
Yeah, it
Ominous.
does that sometimes. Honors just keep walking at the front.
Pay no attention.
Ominous.
Do they look like they're locked behind us or just closed behind us?
Just closed. It seems like the gates don't really have too much of a lock anymore, but it basically closes in place.
Like, I can't help but like feel that like something is moving us. Like, kind of like just pulling the string, and
Funneling us.
yeah. I don't really like that.
Well, sadly, we don't have much of a choice. Out here in the open, we're in much more danger than we would be even in a low fortified city.
I kind of give a look like a, you know, like a bit of a suspicious look to Ismark, you know, like just, I don't know, something's not right.
Ismark nods and he says, "Yes, the the path is steering us towards safety, but I'm afraid that something may be lurking near."
You think we're going to safety?
It feels like it, but then again, you never know when the devil will show up.
And these woods are definitely not the safest place to be.
Well, we do have a backup plan if necessary. We could instead divert from Vallaki to the Abbey of St. Markovia. We were told that that place is safe as well. The problem is, we've already taken great steps towards going to Vallaki. We'll probably increase our journey by a few days, and every night we're out here, we give the devil another chance.
Like, Hunter, what's your feeling about these woods? Do they look alright, or?
No, these woods are not like any I've ever been in. I'm normally comfortable in the woods, and these woods are not to my liking. There's not enough noise in these woods, not enough natural noise.
Let's try to hurry through the woods then?
Perhaps we can go around them.
I mean, in these hills and stuff?
It would be very difficult to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If our charge does not survive, then it's not worth going through them. I merely suggest it just in case we don't think these woods would make that we'd be able to make it through these woods.
I mean, we'd sacrifice speed and time. If, I mean, I guess, I mean, at least we have a road to go through the forest, so if we stick to the road and we kind of like put a haste on
Yeah, I
our,
mean, we have wagons, right? So we really don't have much choice.
yeah.
I'm just going to keep ranging on the side, and if I come across anything, I'll alert the
I
party.
don't go too far.
Yeah, no more than 30 to 45 feet away from the party.
Remember that the mist can, it can kind of like get us lost. On the subject, I mean, obviously while we're walking, what I mean, I know some faces here, but like how did you guys got here? Like what happened?
Tracking werewolves, got lost by some mist, came here.
Honor's like
Those
very
are
far
some
ahead of the
mist.
party. He's just he's just been walking, and he kind of turns around and kind of sees that he's gotten a little further away from the rest of the party, and so he's just kind of standing there waiting for them to catch up to him.
And then I mean, like I want to get this lady over here to safety, because that seems what the thing to do right now. But I mean, like what's next? Like, how are we planning to leave? Like,
The devil must be dealt with. He took my friend, and I intend to take his life in return.
Here, killing Strahd, that's our goal. Until then, we're going to protect Arena and Ismark.
And then we must solve the riddles that we were given. Once we have whatever their prizes are, then killing the devil shall become easy work.
but then how do we get out from here? Like, I mean, I'm all about like kind of like helping these people and things like that, but I want to go
I
home.
kind of come up to Ed and I pat his shoulder and I'm like, Ed, don't worry. One thing at a time. Just tackle one goal at a time, and then the rest will fall into place later. And I kind of pat you on the shoulder as I continue moving, taking my place up at the front.
Beltic kind of scratches his chin. He hadn't really put much thought into getting home in a while, so he's like, perhaps before we kill Strahd, we can make him tell us how to get home, and then we kill him.
I mean, I just want to let you guys know that I didn't plan to retire here. You know what I mean? I got things waiting for me at home, so I'm not. I mean, I'll tag along and stuff like that, but I'm not raising a family here. You know what I mean?
One thing at a time, Ed. One thing at a time.
All right.
Wait, isn't it
Understood.
your fault we're here, Ed?
What? You're gonna put this on me?
Weren't we doing you a favor?
What?
Yeah, I think it's your fault we're here.
I think you crashed a wagon.
Only trying to get away from your crazy idea.
Ismark speaks up. He's like, gentlemen, there's no need to be loud, especially when we have all eyes and ears of Strahd watching us.
All right.
Honor's up at the front, and he's actually singing, "One foot in front of the other."
Ismark looks at him and says, shh.
Honor kind of glances back and he sings softer to himself. And soon you'll be walking out the door.
Dude, leave this singing to the gnomes.
Now, where's the
Beltic
bar?
looks around like he's like, I hope he's not talking about me.
Not you.
The forest, no.
Beltic's like, I mean, I'll give it a try if I have to, but I think it's just better if we leave it to the gnome, not the gnomes.
I look at Belting. Please don't.
I think we should keep moving.
Before we do, Beltic actually wants to ask Ismark and Arena if, since they seem to know about that bridge previous, if they know anything of relevance about this forest, any local legends of danger or anything like that.
You can do that while we're walking. Let's move.
I assume we're carrying on down the path to the next fork.
Yes. As you guys are winding your way down the old Slavich Road, transitions from being a path through the Balnock Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into the fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters are dark and still. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory, a top which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill. Its warped wooden vane stripped bare.
Can we see the windmill well from where we are, or is it at a distance still?
Is that this right here?
Yeah.
I love old windmills.
I pull out the Durst family ownership document of a windmill and see if it seems to compare well to the windmill that we're looking at, especially the family crest of the Durst, which was a windmill.
And in that case, Honor kind of just loses interest, and he just kind of shrugs and continues on, unless everyone is stopping there. And then he'll walk a little ways and kind of wait for everyone.
Larry's ready to move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
This is just another thing Beltic kind of takes note of in his head, but beyond that, just keeps going with Arena.
All right. So you make your way through the forest, and as you're walking through, who's in the front?
Larry?
Larry, you see a couple of travelers coming on a wagon, heading towards you.
I think I'm hiding.
I'm at the front as well, so yeah.
I'm gonna make sure my crossbow is in my hand.
Beltic
Do
would
they-
like.
Do
Go
they
ahead.
like see us? Sorry, do they like see us? Like, is it obvious that they've seen us already, or is it the point where they're far away and we can't make them out and they can't make us out yet?
Make me a perception check. You think they see you, but they're not. It seems like they're more of a passerbys than anything else.
So they don't look hostile?
Not from what you can tell.
Honor's going to raise a hand and go, "Hail and well met, friends!" And he's
As
going to move towards them.
as Honor's doing that, Beltic wants to look over to Ismark and Arena to see how they're reacting, if they seem comfortable with us talking with this wagon that's coming up.
They seem to be uneasy.
Then Beltic has his nunchucks in his hand. He's kind of pushing Arena back a bit just in case.
Honor is smiling as he's moving towards them. And what brings you here, friends?
One of them speaks up and he says, we're just passing by. We're heading to the village of Barovia."
Ah, I see. We come from Barovia. We are headed to Vallaki, actually.
I am Ivan, and this is Peter.
Pleasure to meet you both.
We are making our way to the village of Barovia from Vallaki. We're looking to possibly go to Bilderaf's store to provide more goods for him.
I see. Are we nearby Vallaki, by the way? We've been traveling for quite some distance.
He points he's like about 2 miles that way. As you get to the shores of Lake Zarovich, you'll be able to see the tall gates.
And how's the road? Anything particular while traveling today?
Just the usual creatures that they scurry off into the forest, but surprisingly, we've been pretty good about not running into anything yet.
Creatures.
Your forest creatures like, deer and other various creatures.
Oh, okay, okay.
Understood. We've had pretty much a quiet journey ourselves. We run into some bats, and by the way, the old windmill over there. I kind of point back around. Do you know any stories about it?
They kind of look at it and they shrug.
All right, just passing the time. Well, I hope your journey is a safe one, my friends. Are you going to be back in Vallaki at some time?
Uh, Probably within 2 days' time.
I see. Well, then we'll meet. We'll see each other around. Hopefully, my name's Honor Pendragon. I take out my hand and offer it for them to shake it.
They warily agree to shake your hand.
I'm smiling the entire time while they're shaking my hand.
They look like they've
I
never.
just imagine that smile looks really creepy.
Yeah, almost overzealous to the point, Elo, where you think it definitely overshadows the dreariness of this realm.
All right, gentlemen, we need to get moving. It was a pleasure.
Will do.
Safe
Hopefully.
travels.
Mm-hmm. We'll see you again, gentlemen.
Yes, will do.
And once they've passed by and they seem thoroughly out of earshot, Beltic would like to ask if there was any reason in particular that Arena and Ismark were nervous, or if it was just in general someone we hadn't met just makes them nervous.
We don't encounter too many people outside of the village as much.
Does his story check out, though, that he would be bringing supplies to the local vendor in Barovia? Is that something that happens?
Not frequently, but I think once in a great while they do get some goods.
Honor kind of looks after them as they're leaving by, and he kind of goes, "Well, they were a nice couple." Anyway, let's continue on.
All right, press in on.
All right. The old road meanders down into this valley, watched by brooding mountains to the north and to the south. And the woods finally recede, revealing what appears to be a sullen-mounted burg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against the walls, as if looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town's slumber. The dirt road ends as a sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures stand behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the roads outside the gates are a half dozen pikes with wolves' head impaled on them.
Oh.
I guess it is well fortified, looking at the wolves.
Well, this village certainly is quaint. The shadowy figures, are they actual like people or are they like statues?
As you get within distance, you can see that they're actual people. They look to be guards.
Again, Honor's going to, at the front, he's going to go, "Hail and well met, gentlemen. We come from Barovia."
They look warily at you with suspicion, and they say, "State your purpose. Why do you come to the morning gate?"
Traveling, gentlemen. We're a band of travelers and we're escorting a few people over here.
He studies you guys for about 2 minutes. He says, "All right, you may proceed in."
Thank you, gentlemen.
Just in time for evening to set in.
Beltic is quick to rush Arena into the gates.
Honor's going to stand and chat with the guard a little bit. As yes, we were a little bit worried that we weren't going to make it here by evening time.
Well, the gates are about to close in about 5 minutes.
Then we made it on time. Perfect. I'll remember that. Do you close the gates for until how long?
Until sunrise.
I see. Is there a reason why? He kind of looks at the wolf heads that are on the pike and everything like that.
He says there are werewolves that come out at certain points. These are the heads of those that we deemed to be corrupted.
Ah, I see. Understood. Well, name's Honor. Honor Pendragon, by the way. And I put out my hand for him to shake.
He stares at you.
I kind of leave my hand out there for a moment, and then I kind of pick it up, and I kind of just, pretend I was brushing back my hair, and it's like, well, yes, indeed. Well, I'll just head on inside then.
Larry wants to take a look at the wolf's head. Are they really werewolf's head, or are they just regular wolf's heads?
Make me a perception check.
While that's happening, Honor's kind of going to go, if you ever do need any help with werewolves, I'd be happy to assist. So feel free to call upon me at any time.
They look like they're normal wolves' heads. There are a couple of larger wolf heads that look dire in nature, but nothing out of the ordinary.
So Beltic at this point turns to Ismark and says, "So now that we're in Vallaki, we need to make sure that your sister will be safe here. The walls may not be enough. Perhaps we should contact the Burgermaster to go ahead and let him know of the situation and the dire need to have guards on Arena at all times."
Yes, he says you'll have to speak to the Burgomaster directly, Valakovich.
Beltic would like to use his feature from his background. Let me see the name of it. All eyes on you. He can procure a meeting with the leaders of areas because of his strange.
He looks at you, Beltic, and he says, I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
Ismark said that?
Oh, no, the guard did. Ismark's like, please, let me talk to him. I said, sorry, I was conversing with Irina. What did you say? Ismark's waiting for a response.
Beltic says, I shall be able to procure a meeting with the Burgermaster. And Beltic basically just waiting to be pointed in the direction of the Burgermaster. He's intending to use his all eyes on you feature to procure a meeting.
If you go to the Blue Water Inn, he says, I can send my supervisor a note, and perhaps we can find out when he would be available for a meeting.
This will be acceptable. And Beltic starts trying to usher Arena to the Blue Water Inn at this point.
Anybody else do anything?
I think we're all kind of following and walking around towards the Blue Water Inn at this point. We're tired from the road. Honor at least is going to suggest that we head to the inn and see what's available.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the Blue Water Inn's located in the middle of town. Ghost, if you could pull up the map of Velaki for me.
Yeah.
If you take a look at the middle of the map, you'll see that main intersection there. The Blue Water Inn will be located there to the left of the main intersection.
I smile cordially to everyone we meet and give them a little wave as we walk by.
Beltic kind of lets the party know that that he'll for now try to be polite and not go ahead and rush the matter, but if we don't hear back from the burgomaster within a day, he plans to go visit him. He knows that although human folks like to play hard to get, when they see his small stature and grayish purple skin, they often become extremely curious about him and his lands, and he could probably procure a meeting rather easily with the burgomaster under the guise of just trying to have a friendly conversation about his own lands. Humans are very curious about these kind of things after all.
All right, works for me.
But for now, as long as Arena feels that she'll be safe in this inn with us as her guards, that he won't push the matter yet.
As you guys are kind of walking through town, you guys being of different races and things along those lines, the people tend to give you a very curious and suspicious look.
That's every day for Beltic, so he just kind of, it's an annoying thing he lives with, so he's just like, this doesn't really bother him.
Honor's kind of like, as everyone looks towards him, he's kind of like, hello, wonderful evening, isn't it? Pleasure to meet all of you. And as they keep walking, he's just greeting people as they pass by.
You guys continue through town, and you see some intersections going to the south. As you're making your way, you see what appears to be a large area. As just inside the gates, you look to the south and you see what appears to be a large square, and that's basically where people said, "Oh yes, that's the town square." To the right to you, there's the Arasek stockyard. That's basically like your local, out of game. It's like your local Home Depot. And to the left, they tell you that it's a coffin maker.
I suppose that that's actually a really good business to be in this town.
So grim.
Thank you for all the advice, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. By the way, I'm Honor Pendragon. If there's anything I can do for you or anything I can do for your town, let me know, okay?
Okay. And you guys continue on to the what appears to be the Blue Water Inn. Yeah, as you guys are approaching the inn, you see gray smoke issuing from this large two-story wooden building through the chimney. It looks like it's very well built in terms of the foundation, but there's, of course, sagging tile roof. And you see several ravens have perched on it. And you see the wooden sign hanging above the main entrance that depicts a blue waterfall.
Ravens, again. They must be like this land's crows. They're everywhere.
I do need some new fletching.
Reminds me of Ilios.
Ilios?
As Honor reaches the inn, he's going to open the door and enter into the inn as soon as possible and take a look around.
What should we do with the?
Oh, go ahead and delete the old characters. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think I already did that. But I'm wondering about our mule.
Oh, when you guys get to the outside, you notice that there are stables behind the inn.
Do they look filled, or is there any unoccupied spaces?
There is an unoccupied space. The one of the waitresses says, "Yes, yes, go ahead."
How much will it be to keep my mule here for now, and perhaps the night?
A silver piece would be perfect.
Beltic goes ahead and hands her a gold piece and says, "You may keep the change."
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Baller.
Honor
Yeah,
is going.
Sorry, I was just saying, like, Beltic pulls out a heavy bag of gold and just pulls one piece out and hands it to her, like making sure like that's what she's expecting, because sometimes the customs of these various lands he visits are different. So when he hands her a gold piece, as long as she seems grateful and everything, he's like, okay, that was a gold piece to them. Cool.
I whisper, "You're attracting too much attention."
Yeah, you might want to keep that in your pockets.
Should I
Put
take
that
the
back
gold
in your
piece?
pants.
Should I take the gold piece back?
No, the bag.
It's too
As-
late. She bolted.
As soon as Malkiri says you're attracting too much attention, inside the inn you hear, "Hello everyone! My name is Honor Pendragon. Is there any room here in the inn for me and my compatriots?" As he crosses towards the main front of the bar.
Beltic keeping his gold bag out. He's like, I can pay for it.
You see the bar slowly turning to you, Honor, and they're like really staring you down.
I wave to everyone and it's like, "Good day to you, sir. Thank you. Yes, please." As I make my way to the bar.
You hear some murmuring and things along those lines, and you see a man come out and he says, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. My name is Erwin. I will be serving, I'm the barkeep here. I basically run this fine establishment.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Erwin. My name's Honor Pendragon. I hold out my hand for him to shake.
He obliges and he says, feel free to sit down. Are you guys looking for room for the evening?
Yes, actually, we are looking for a room for the evening. I was wondering if any are available here.
There are. It's one electrum piece. You look like you guys have a large group, so it can give you the common area, which is upstairs.
Would that be with other guests, or would we have that to ourselves?
You'd have that to yourselves.
Beltic goes ahead and pays them for that, and he puts another gold piece down. He says, "Open a tab for me and my friends. Anything that's unpaid, let me know, and I shall pay it."
Oh, Beltic, you don't have to do that. I can cover this.
Beltic's already pushed it forward by this time.
No, Beltic, take it back. I kind of push it back as I pull out my own gold piece to hand to the. No, Beltic, you take that back. I'll take care of this.
Beltic is already starting to push at this point, trying to push Arena into the common area. Like, well, we have to keep her safe. Get her up there. Apparently we are attracting attention. Too many people know she's here.
Honor kind of goes, what? Wait, what? As Beltic kind of hurries off and he's just staring after Beltic. Anyway, sir, yes, we would like to rent the commons area. Can we rent it for an extended period of time? Do you have any deals or offers on that?
Make a persuasion.
Meanwhile, the money for it is already laid out on the counter.
All right, you can stay for the week for the gold.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
This is weird. This is weird. Weird markings on your coin. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the Order of the Gauntlet, actually. We were tasked with a mission here in the area. We've somehow been trapped in this mist and this fog.
He didn't ask who, I asked where.
Ah, yeah, sorry, sir. I kind of sit up at the bar and I tell him a little bit. I start sharing with him. I tell him, I start sharing way too much. Like, I tell him my entire backstory, where I'm from, where I grew up, and stuff like that, and I'm just talking.
I shake my head.
Beltic occasionally kind of comes down quickly, orders like some food or some drink, and then hurriedly brings it back up. It's clear too that he's not really ordering for himself, but he's ordering for Arena, and it's unclear if she's actually wanting the things he's bringing or not.
He says, I have some stew I can give you. We also have a wolf steak as well.
He gets one of each, and he kind of hurriedly brings them up, and he also like asks for some water and some ale, like he's just kind of starting to max out the tab he's already put down, and if he ends up doing so, he'll pay more.
Wolf steak, is that from all the wolves that are outside on the pikes? I kind of look at the barkeep. His name was Ivan, right? Or what was his name?
Ivan and Peter. You hear that you mention those names, and he looks like he's never seen them before.
No, sorry, I was talking out of character. I was wondering what his name was again. I forgot.
Irwin.
Irwin. Okay, that was it. I asked him, Irwin, the wolf steaks, are they from the wolves that we saw their heads decorating the palisade out front?
Yes and no. Some were from battle, some were from hunt.
I see. It seems you have a pretty big wolf problem here.
And the guards also mentioned werewolf problem.
He kind of glances over to you and he says, well, we have seen a few outside of the town.
Do not fear, good sir, for I, Honor Pendragon, shall assist you in this manner. It'd be my pleasure and my honor to do so.
But otherwise, is the town mostly safe?
Within the walled fortress, yes.
Okay.
Tell me, where are these werewolves seen?
Mainly to the north and to the west.
Very well. Consider your problem taken care of. And I kind of bow to him.
I'm trying to get the tone of the room. Maybe listen to some conversation.
Yeah, and Ed's gonna do his thing. I took the observant feat, so what I like to do when I'm inside like inns is to kind of like absorb the room and look at different table and try to pick up conversation by reading lips from the feet. With my 17 passive perception.
Okay. There aren't any notables that seem to pop up as you're reading, Ed. But
Right.
as you finish the first few pages, you see a couple men enter the establishment. One comes up to you, the bartender. He says, Solzar, Yevgeny, how was the hunt? They nod and they said, not too bad, but there are still a lot of wolves out there. You see these two men. They look very grim, and they look like they look pale in terms of like they've been worn in travel.
Gentlemen, what have you been hunting?
wolves.
Seems like a theme around here. Wolves hunting wolves.
This is our living.
Honor was distracted, and he was helping out Ella, but as soon as he hears wolves, he kind of turns his attention back to the hunters and goes, "Hello, gentlemen. You've been hunting the wolves, I see. Well, consider my help given. I am Honor Pendragon. It's a pleasure to meet the both of you."
They kind of look dour at you, and they're like, "Who is this guy?"
I look back at them with a radiant smile on my face. As like, uh, do they actually say who is this guy, or are they just giving me that look?
They're giving you like their look of like, "Who is this guy?"
Honor is unabashed by this, and he goes, "So, tell me, gentlemen, wolves, you say? Where are they? We'd be happy to help and assist in any way that we can."
There are many of them. They're outside this village. Many different types of wolves. We are guides as well. We do offer as guides for 5 gold a day.
So why are you hunting and killing these animals? Are they threatening?
Some are, some for meat, some for pelts. It's very dangerous work, obviously. Zoldar pulls out what appears to be a bow, and he shows you the notches that he has done to the wolves.
Very impressive, sir.
If you take a look around the tavern walls, you notice that there are several wolf heads, and Evenji goes, "Yes, Soldar and I have acquired most of their heads."
But why would you not hunt traditional game for food?
Wolves tend to be a big problem around here. Traditional food often is hard to find, especially with the way this realm is.
It is a problem that you have to worry about no longer. We'd be happy to assist you. When is your next hunting trip, gentlemen?
Probably be as soon as tomorrow. We're gonna rest up tonight and clean the pelts and basically restock our make some more arrows and notch them for another day.
Well, I would be happy to assist in any endeavors that you head out for tomorrow.
Have you ran across many werewolves?
A few, actually. Once or twice, actually. More to the south and to the north, but yes, we have seen them. They are a menace to this town.
Beltic kind of comes in around this point, hearing about the werewolves and hearing about how they're in the general area, and he actually wants to pull Ed to the side and let Ed know that the reason Beltic and Honor were pulled here in the first place was they were tracking werewolves, and that although he would like Ed's help in the fight against the Devil's Strahd, perhaps his escape we may be able to find him an escape from these lands by dealing with these werewolves who seem to somehow know how to go in between these lands and the lands of Faerun.
Alright, I nod. I listened closely and kind of like rub my chin. And yeah, that could be one avenue. I mean, I'm up to exploring all kind of options to get out of here.
Yeah, Beltic makes sure he knows that this is by no means a guarantee, but just that if at least some werewolves knew how to go to Faerun, and by tracking them is how we ended up in these lands. So the possibility exists, but he can no more guarantee it's these werewolves than other werewolves perhaps too. So he just wants to let him know that if escape is his if is what he's seeking now that Arena is in town and essentially this quest is completed, we may be able to help in that, although he would actually like Ed's help in the fight against Strahd if Ed would be willing to give it, even if an escape is found.
I mean, we'll see in time. We'll. I mean, right now I think we need to stick together for sure. If we are to even survive, but like I said, I don't plan on staying here for too long. So let's see how things pan out.
We're here to talk to the burgomaster, right? Not to hunt wolves.
Yeah, Beltic, he hasn't really heard that. If he does hear about people's plans to hunt wolves the next day, he will kind of casually remind them of the hope to speak to the burgomaster. And if they do decide to go hunt wolves, perhaps maybe either after we go ahead and deal with it, or perhaps the hunt won't take all day. He's not going to tell them not to, though, just that he needs to stay in town with Arena to go ahead and make sure she's safe and gets the protection of the burgomaster.
While all that is going on, while they're talking in the back, Honor has clasped Zoldar and Ivanji's hands and is like, "Do not worry, my friends. Your werewolf problem shall be no longer." He kind of gestures then to the rest of the room and he says, "Citizens, do not worry. I am Honor Pendragon. I have been sent here from the Order of the Gauntlet to help deal with your werewolf problem. You can all rest easy and rest assured that me and my friends shall help you and protect you from the evils of the werewolves that infest your lands."
In exchange for coins and lodging, of course.
Don't listen to him.
I laugh out loud. You're wearing
Honor,
plate
make
armor,
me-
right?
Honor, make me a dex check.
A dex check? Okay.
While he's doing that, Beltic kind of whispers into Ed's ear and says, "And you thought I was drawing attention."
Yeah, tell me about it.
He's wearing heavy armor, right?
I have a chain shirt on. I haven't gotten plate yet.
You avoid a few plates of food as people are like, "Shut up!"
I go over
I
to Honor.
understand your trepidation, citizens, but do
Be
not
quiet.
fear.
I go over to Honor, kind of whisper, like, maybe you should take it down the notch, man.
I'm
But
laughing in
I'm
the corner.
helping at this point. That's what I'm here for, is to help protect these people from I duck a plate, the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, I think they get it now. I'm sure they get it.
Thank you all for your accolades. I shall see you later.
One beer gets spilled over you by one of the patrons as they walk by.
Ugh, that was uncalled for. I kind of look after him as he leaves. That was uncalled for. I'm going to go upstairs and get changed.
And Beltic is also heading up there to make sure Arena's okay again. He just keeps kind of going up like a doting mother.
So when he goes up to change, I tell the group I'm going to go with him tomorrow if he goes with the hunting, just so that I can watch. It should be a good time.
Erwin tells you guys as you go to the inn, go to your rooms. They're actually, you have to go outside and go up the stairs. And the two rooms for you guys will be on the left side as you get to the top of the staircase.
All right.
Thank you, Erwin.
Ella's just passed out drunk at this point.
And Beltic's been doing that all night, just going in between. It's like it's as though he won't let Arena leave the room. Like if she would die. So instead, he's been running all the errands.
Erwin, you hear a voice go, "Erwin, I'm here to pay the rent and get the food." And he's like, Rictavo. And you see this half elf come in, and he's very brightly colored in terms of his outfit. He has a lute on his back. He walks up and he says, "Yes, here's your payment. and you see him. He's like, "I'll be right back." Basically, Erwin comes back with a large basket with a bunch of things inside it.
So I look at the half elf and I say, haven't seen a lot of half elves over here.
Yes, I come from a faraway land. I am a carnival ringmaster. I've been staying here for about a month. Erwin has provided me a great hospitality. Unfortunately, you wouldn't let me keep my monkey.
Your monkey.
Yes, my monkey, Piccolo.
Interesting.
Yes, he's staying with the local toy maker right now. His name is Belinsky.
And by the way, do you know where I could get one of those loot around here?
Ah, this is a treasured item. Perhaps perhaps I shall play a song or two for you.
I mean, I used to play, and you know, like it's just that we've spent a night with the Vistanis, and it kind of brought back you know, all kinds of memory. And haven't played in a long time, but you know, maybe I should get back into it. Feel like there's gonna be a lot of downtime while traveling, so I guess I should maybe get some practice while we're just like walking those long and kind of boring roads.
He look,
Belt.
yeah, he looks over at Ella and Honor and Melcari, and he says, "Ah, looks like you guys are heading to bed, lightweights."
Oh,
Beltic
nonsense.
is
I'm just I'm just assisting Ella to get upstairs, and then I'll be back down for a little more conversation.
and Beltic pulls Ella's loot off and actually hands it to Ed and says, "Make sure to get it back to her in the morning."
No. I kind of want my own. I wanna. I'm sure I can grab one around here, hopefully. And then I turn to the innkeeper and maybe look for some sort of response. Maybe he can point me toward the right direction.
What were you trying to ask there?
Just a place where I could buy like some musical instrument, like a lute, in the village.
You could check the general store, but I'm not sure. Music around here tends to be rare. Octavo entertains us every night with his stories of his carnival shenanigans.
Noted.
Octavo's like, I have no musical talents, but I guess I play this okay. I have to go feed my animals. As you're talking to him, Ed, you look inside and you see what appears to be a wolf steak and apples.
What kind of animals you're feeding with that?
So the apples are for my horse, Drusilla. She's out in the stables right now next to that. There's some mule, I guess, that's out there.
Yeah, that would be ours.
And then the steak is for my saber-toothed tiger, who is one of my carnival acts. He's he's near the stockyard.
A saber-tooth tiger.
Yes, after all, I am a carnival master.
At that point, Honor's coming back in. He's finishing casting Prestidigitation to kind of clean his clothes a little bit, and he says, "I'm sorry, did you say you have a saber-toothed tiger?"
Another person tries to throw like an apple at you.
I duck. And I pick up his apple and give it back to him.
He throws it back at you. Leave me alone. I'm trying to enjoy my meal.
Well, then you should stop throwing it at people and eat it instead.
Maybe if you stop talking, that would help.
Savage.
Honor is just going to engage in like banter with him. He's just bantering with him while other stuff is happening.
I mutter, good luck with that.
So when is your next carnival? Actually, that could be a fun thing to to attend and watch around here. I haven't seen. Otherwise, this place is so grim all the time. It's kind of like lacking entertainment, if you know what I mean.
He he says, I'll play his song. And he tells you a tale about an experience he had at the carnival where he had his entertainers, a bearded dwarf and a large ogre juggle juggle the pins around the circus, and they tripped over each other and fell, and the crowd laughed.
Well, I guess it's refreshing coming from these kind of lands.
So Rictava's like, what brings you to Valaki?
Honor kind of joins the conversation and he goes, hunting werewolves.
He peeks his head. His head peeks up and he says, "Oh, werewolves. I've heard of those things. Evil creatures."
Yes, we're going to be trying to fight. We're going to be trying to help rid the countryside of them tomorrow. Would you be interested in joining us? I take a seat next to Rictavio.
Unfortunately, I'm busy getting ready to prepare my next carnival act. There's a festival in a few days involving the burgomaster.
Ah, I see. What sort of festival?
He says that St. Andrew's feast is St. Andrew's is the church here in town that basically will be hosting the event.
Indeed, it sounds interesting. Uh, is it a huge festival? Is there going to be a lot of acts and performances or feasting or?
Uh, Typical festivals, some things in terms of something old, something new.
I understand. I'd be happy to assist you in any way if you need anything done, Mr. Rictavio. I'm Honor Pendragon, by the way. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He he nods and he says, "Yeah, perhaps." So, what you guys seem like you're not from around here either.
Oh, not at all. And I go into another rendition of my backstory that I told the barkeep previously.
Hmm. He kind of looks at you guys with a little bit of concern. He says, "So I take it you know it's about the devil himself."
Honor's jovial nature kind of drops away and he gets a more serious eye and he goes, yes, indeed we do.
Yeah, how couldn't we? That's the only thing people talk around here.
What about you? Do you know much about him as well?
Hmm. He he says, "I've heard of tales, but I've not seen him face to face."
I see. What tales have you heard?
Oh, about how he controls this realm with his fog and his mist, and how everyone's always being watched.
I see. Very well.
The Festival of the Blazing Sun. That's it. I was trying to remember what the name of the festival was.
Ah, the Festival of the Blazing Sun has a nice title to it. Honor senses his change of subject, and he kind of goes along with it.
That's a very ironic name, actually. And then I chuckle. The Blazing Sun.
It's good. I kind of turned to Ed and I was like, it's good to have goals to set for. I can imagine in such a dreary place as this, something with a blazing sun would help bring hope to people.
Well, as if there was a sun at some point, you know?
Yes, so the festival will be 3 days from today. And eventually, I have to prepare my show. So I suggest you guys get some rest. It is getting towards the late hours.
Yeah, I think he's right. I'm gonna head to my room and start to prep for the night. Get some rest.
Larry does the same.
Okay, let's get some watches down if we could.
Ooh.
Larry will take first watch.
Beltic will probably stay up as long as he can, so he'll definitely take the first watch, and he'll probably end up nodding off after that, just because he's too nervous to go to sleep at this point.
Well, Beltic will take the first watch. I guess I'll go second.
Beltic's fine with sharing the watch. It's just he's in too much of a state where he's like he just refuses to accept that they're safe until he can talk to the burgomaster.
I don't think Ed would. I think he would feel safe and somewhat go to bed. I don't think he would be on watch. Actually, I don't think he would see a reason to.
I need a long rest.
Beltic, being a bit overzealous at this point, will actually encourage everyone to go to sleep. He tells them that he can handle it all by himself, even though it's not going to be the case. But he thinks he can at the time.
All right, go ahead and make me watches, and let me make some rolls here real quick. Just seeing if anything happens overnight.
So I'll do my 4 hours of trance and then I'll be up.
All right, I'm back, guys. Honor's going to go upstairs and, fall asleep promptly.
All right, so nothing happens.
Beltic wakes up in the morning and is quite astonished that he fell asleep.
You feel refreshed.
He does. A bit ashamed, but also refreshed. It's a strange mix of the two. Once he makes sure that somebody is making sure that Irina's okay and watching over her, he takes his time in the morning to go ahead and do his meditative stances. His hands glow black and purple throughout it, but after he's done with that, he resumes his duty of watching Irina, waiting closely for any word from the burgomaster to come see them.
Larry goes down and gets some breakfast.
All right.
Honor will join Larry.
Beltic will run and go get breakfast for Irina.
All right. Ella, what do you do?
I'm gonna go down and join everyone else for breakfast.
Okay.
Same here.
Ismark is waking up and he says, St. Andrew's Church is where we need to go. That was a long sleep I had. Must have been super exhausted.
Will Irina be safe there?
My belief would be yes.
Then after breakfast, we'll take her there post haste.
Yeah.
Beltic will run breakfast back. He actually wants to check on his mule really quickly while he's running between the two. Maybe throw some scraps to the mule to make sure it's still getting fed and whatnot. But once everyone's done, he kind of tells everyone. I don't know if Ismark already got the point to them or not, But if he hasn't, he runs down there and lets them all know that we are heading to the church after this. He doesn't really state it as a question.
Larry lets everyone know that Honor headed out to the stockyard.
Beltic seems a bit surprised by that, just thinking that he was thinking that Honor probably was already at the church just out of like force of habit. So he was a bit surprised to hear that he went to the stockyard.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go to church as well.
All right, excellent. All right, with that being said, guys, let's take a quick bio break if we could.
I'll be right back.
All right, excellent. So you guys wake up in the morning, you get your breakfast. It's nice little poached eggs and wolf steak, and you head over to the church.
To the
I'm
church.
I'm swinging by the stockyard to see Zoldar and Ivanji real quick. See if I can catch him.
All right, we'll get to that situation in a second.
But then after I meet them, I'm going to head to the church. So,
Okay.
no, depending on how long that takes, I'll be at the church if something happens.
Yeah, it'll probably take you at least 15 minutes to get to the stockyard, and it's 15 minutes the opposite direction, so it's going to take you about 45 minutes to get back to the church.
All right, that's fine.
Everyone else is heading towards this church, which is on the western edge of town. The building with the red roof is where the church is located. The slouching centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back and was lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A faint fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves. And as you guys are approaching, you see what appears to be a guy outside digging graves outside the church, like in the graveyard. He looks up and sees you. He basically continues the work.
If the church is open, I'm going to go ahead and try and usher Arena into it.
It is unlocked.
Then yeah, Beltic has no concern for the gravedigger at this point. He's like, if she's safe in there, we need to get her in there. So he's going to get her in there as quickly as possible.
So you guys head in, and you see a priest tending to the dais in the front of the church as he's more or less caretaking and sweeping the floor.
At this point, I'm just going to take point from Ismark. He says that she'd be safe here, so he's kind of going to let Ismark step forward on this one.
Who was this a church to? I'm sorry.
You've heard it referred to as St. Andrew's Church. Ismark basically says it's the church to the Morning Lord.
I kind of look to Ismark and I say, would you like me to introduce the group and ask for protection, or did you have a better plan?
He says, let's just approach the father and see what's going on.
So Beltic will approach him and say, "Hail, we hope not to disturb your work, but we would like to talk with you."
Oh, welcome to St. Andrew's Church. I am Father Lucian.
I am Beltic, and I bring friends with me, notably the burgomaster from Barovia, Ismark, and his sister, Arena.
Well met. What brings you to our church?
I wish I could bring good tidings, but sadly they are quite ill. The devil himself seeks out Arena, and we were hoping that this place could bring her safety.
He sighs and he says, unfortunately, this is of upsetting news, but somebody stole the bones of Saint Andrew beneath the main church, beneath the main altar in the crypt.
And forgive my ignorance, but of what importance is this?
Provides the sanctity of the church to fend off any unholy creatures or unholy wants.
If they were to be returned, would this land once again be safe from such creatures?
Yes. They were stolen a few nights ago. So we broke into the crypt and took it.
Could we examine the crypt? Maybe find some clues?
He says, right here is the trap door. I cannot lift it myself as I am not as spry as I used to be.
If we return the bones to you, will you allow Arena to stay here with you?
Absolutely. And you know, this will become hallowed ground again.
Then our new quest is clear. Beltic kind of tries to pick up the trapdoor, but considering he has an 8 strength, he horribly fails and kind of sheepishly looks to the rest of the party for help.
Larry will open up the trapdoor.
Make me a strength check if you could. Announce what you're rolling so I can. The chat window is closed for me.
Got a 20 on the strength check.
Okay, excellent. You managed to pull up the crypt trap door pretty smoothly and move it to the side, and you see this 10 by 5 foot room, or this 10-foot square, 5 foot high chamber.
What are the walls made of in there?
It looked to be made of stone.
Is there light, or do I need to get a torch out?
There's enough light where it shines in.
Is the stone in that tunnel area well worn, or is it really smooth?
It's pretty smooth, actually.
Well, I won't get my advantage on my stealth checks, but Beltic will go ahead and hop down first and try and be as stealthy as possible about it, but as well as trying to not disturb any evidence that's possibly still there.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay. 10.
You don't seem to notice anything out of the ordinary.
Beltic kind of looks up and says, "Nothing obvious."
Larry will make a.
Larry jumps down and makes the roll. Inside, while Father Lucian's talking to you guys see an altar boy come in, and he goes like, Yeska, you are here. You can take over my sweeping duties. Yes, Father. He looks to you guys and he says, I do have my suspicions, but I don't know if I can confirm them.
What do you suspect?
He kind of peers outside and he whispers to you, I think it's the gravedigger. Milovich.
Is that the one we saw while walking up here?
Yeah,
What's up with her?
with him.
Oh.
He says that Milovich, he thinks that he did it, but he's very temperamental. He doesn't want to confront him with the festival of the Blazing Sun being so close. And he doesn't want the burgomaster to be upset.
Does that make sense to us? Why he would be worried about that?
You haven't really asked around about the burgomaster, so he tells you that the burgomaster is not necessarily the nicest guy. He seems to be concerned with the village, but more...
Re-election?
Yeah, he's more of a politician, exactly.
Great.
You said there was somebody sweeping inside. Who's that?
That's the altar boy, Yeska.
I'm gonna talk to the altar boy and see if he knows anything about the missing bones.
Go ahead and make me a charisma check.
I got 6.
He doesn't really say too much about it. He's like, oh yeah, the bones underneath the crypt. They're missing?
Yes. Have you seen anybody around lately? Anything out of the ordinary?
No.
I'm gonna incite that
Go ahead.
with 11.
You think he's hiding something, not deceitful, but more like, oops, I did something.
Yeah, I wanted to insight him as well.
You may go ahead.
Um,
I got a 16.
Okay. You definitely know he's trying to conceal something that happened.
I'm gonna put my my hand on his shoulder and I'm gonna let him know. It's okay. You can tell us what happened. We mean no harm to you. We're simply here to help. If something happened, we're just gonna try to help the situation as much as we can. Don't worry.
I accidentally told Milovovich about it.
Okay.
About it. What is it?
He points to the crypt.
What did you tell him exactly?
I told him that the crypts has these bones that are very powerful.
What's so powerful about these bones?
They're hollow ground, or they're bones that have the ability to protect us, like Father Lucian said. Taught me in the daily lessons.
Is Father Lucian hearing this, or
Yeah, he's like, Yeska, you need to let us know when things like these happen.
It's okay. We'll fix this.
I hope so. He's still outside if you want to talk to him.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Can we have access to the Crypt Father?
Oh, it's already been accessed. That's what Larry and Beltic were doing.
Oh,
Yeah, Beltic's still down there looking.
oh, okay. I wanna investigate the crypt. See if I can find some sort of hints of who, and especially try to link everything to the gravedigger.
Your passive investigation reveals that the top of the crypt looked like there were shovel marks prying up the floorboard.
And does it look like it could have been done by a similar shovel that the gravedigger is carrying right now?
Yeah, you think it might be.
I relay that information to the rest of the group that's down there with me. Guys, I see shovel marks. This kind of points toward possibly the gravedigger. I think we should probably confront him, see if we can shake him up and get something out of him.
Yeah, let's see if we can sneak up to him without him noticing it, so he can't run away if he sees us coming.
All right, so you guys go out and confront the gravedigger that's outside currently.
Yeah.
He looks up and sees you guys. How are you approaching him?
I'm just walking to him and say hi. How are you? And as I'm walking toward him.
I'm gonna stealth up and use any cover I can.
Beltic would also like to stealth.
At least I think. Wow,
Wow.
snake eyes.
Um,
So I stumble and
Just
trip
escape.
and hurt myself.
you fall into the grave that he digged.
Ow!
No damage, just funny comedy.
I help him out of the grave.
Thanks.
Roll 20 doesn't want to respond, so I just walk up.
Yeah, you might need to clear the cache for it, for the browser. So you go up and Milovovich is like, "Yes, may I help you?"
Listen, I know you've been down into the crypt and that you tampered with the bones, and the father is pretty upset about it. So we need those bones back. So we need to know what you did with those bones.
Make me a charisma check.
Do you want like persuasion or pure charisma?
Depends on how you're asking him.
Well, I want to persuade him that I know that it's him.
Do a
And
little good cop, bad cop.
yeah, kinda. And I wanna let it like I wanna keep how I know a little bit vague. I just want him to believe that I know.
All right. Is anyone assisting in the good cop, bad cop routine?
Oh yeah, give me
Larry.
advantage.
Yeah,
I'm bumbling
Larry,
cop.
All right.
Larry
So,
will be bad cop.
all right. Just make me a roll, Ghost, and use the advantage roll.
That'd be 14.
Okay. He says, all right. He sets the shovel down and sits down a little bit. He says, listen, Noel, I truly am sorry about what I did, but I was desperate to help feed my younger brothers and sisters. So I sold the bones.
You know, I don't blame you. It's it's rough, especially these places. You know, me and my friends
Can I?
haven't been long here for a long time, but we've noticed that life is hard around here. So you know, it's okay. I just need to know where to whom and where the to whom you sold the bone and where they are right now.
So apparently, yes, I sold it to the coffin maker, Enrique. He,
Can I?
yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I incite him, see if he's telling the truth?
Absolutely. Go ahead and let me know.
20.
He seems to be genuine in his response.
Looks like he's telling the truth, guys.
All right, here's what we'll do. We'll
Doesn't the church take care of you and your family?
He says on the coffin maker is across from the Arzek stockyards, and it's a large 2-story building that's over in that area.
here's what I'll do. I'll give you 5 gold piece, and if we retrieve the bone, I'll give you 5 more for you and your family. How about that? And then you are going to come with us, and we're gonna go see Enrique, and you're gonna help us retrieve the bones. Does it sound like a fair deal?
So he agrees. He says Enric Vandervoot, sorry, is not necessarily a very personable fellow, but maybe if you approach him, you know, he may be friendly and open to you.
Yeah, and you're gonna be with us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So Baltic, give this man 5 gold piece for now, and then you can give him another 5 when he fulfill his end of the deal. And then I look at Baltic expectantly.
Beltically kind of gives a little bit of a shrug and pulls out his bag of coins from his shirt and deposits 5 gold coins in the man's hand. Well, he has to hop up to get it into the man's hand because he's a gnome. But yeah, he hops up and kind of drops the coins in his hand.
All right.
All right, and let's let's all go there right away because time is pressing. We don't know what the coffin's gonna do with the coffin maker's gonna do with these bones.
And I asked the father if Arena can stay here during this time while we go get this sorted out.
Ismark and Arena agree. They'll stay at the church.
Then with that, I start heading there post haste.
Excellent. Ghost, when you get a second, there's a map of the coffin maker shop.
I'm looking for it right now.
Should be it should be towards the middle.
Got it.
Okay. Just go ahead and clear off the old tokens, and you should see, if you go to the NPCs, you should see Enrix there.
Did I find Zoldar and Ivanji at the stockyard?
Do we see Honor when we go there?
Yeah, Honor's actually there. 1 second, I gotta PM Ghost something.
Alright, so here's Henrik.
So when we see Honor, I say to him, "Hey, I think those 2 hunters left before light this morning."
As you guys are getting everything together, let me do Honor's stuff real quick. So, Honor, you go to the stockyard.
Yeah.
And you do see Yevgeny and Zoldar.
I hail to them and I approach them.
They see you and they nod. It's fancy meeting you here.
Yes, I was told that you're over here preparing for the hunting trip tonight. What time were you about to head out?
We probably won't leave until the 2 days before the festival, which would be tomorrow.
I see. Understood. I kind of look around at what they've purchased, trying to get an idea of what they got with them and everything like that. Is there anything I can help with?
Nothing really too much. We have everything under control.
I see. Well, when you are ready to head out into the woods to hunt the werewolves, let me and my compatriots know. We'd be more than happy to assist.
Well, thank you.
And then while I'm at the stockyard, I'm just going to take a look around and see what they have.
They have various sundries. They have sheds that can be rented. A middle-aged couple greet you. They introduce themselves to be the owners, Gunther and Yelena Azarek. And they do have, various things of items from, the PHB, about 25 gold or less, but they sell it at 5 times the price.
Wow.
I of course say, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Honor Pendragon. I'm here with some associates. We're going to help with the werewolf problem that you guys have.
Well, I see we have some traps and things for you guys. We're in the middle of organizing it all. Make me a perception check if you could, Honor.
$11.
Outside the store, at the south end of the stockyard, you think you see a sturdy carnival wagon. The paint is peeling off of it.
I kind of take note of it, and I kind of turn to Gunter and Yolinda and ask, "Oh, is that Sir Rick Tavio's cart?"
Yes, that is his Carnival of Wonders. Ghost, there's a picture of it if you go to the handout.
Yeah, you're looking a picture of Rictavio's carnival wagon.
Yep, that would be it.
Alright, show the players.
Nice.
I see. Do you know if Rictavio's in at the moment?
We saw him this morning. He went to the wagon. It looked like he was feeding him something, feeding the wagon something.
Feeding the wagon something.
I see the
Interesting.
back doors chained.
Yeah. They say, well, that's where a saber-toothed tiger is.
Are you guys actually here with me? Like, do you actually, like, Larry just pops up. Ah, Larry! Ah, where did you come from? I didn't hear you.
This is taking place while you guys are at the church, so Larry's not there.
Oh, sad day. That would have been hilarious. All right. Okay, I kind of thank them, and I'm kind of going, do you know if he takes visitors? Is it all right if I go over there and see if he's in?
Well, he left earlier. He mainly just goes there to feed the tiger.
Oh, I see. Well, I have to admit, I've always wanted to see a saber-toothed tiger. Is it as big as the stories I've heard about?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, interesting. You don't think he'd mind if I take a peek, do you?
Um, you you notice Gunther's like, probably wouldn't be a good idea considering they're pretty dangerous.
Well, it is a carnival, and I assume it's not safe. Has there been any accidents with it?
No, I mean it's pretty secure where it's locked, but I just wouldn't approach it and be like, "Hey, I'm a saber-toothed tiger."
Funny, that's exactly what I was going to do. All right, well, interesting. Tell Rictavio I said hi. If he is willing to help us out on the werewolf hunt, we would be happy to have him.
All right, we'll do.
I kind of spend some time looking around, just browsing, and I asked them a little bit about themselves, kind of shooting the breeze. I asked them about the town, and I asked them about the Burning Sun Festival that's coming up.
They just basically said, "Oh, we've been married for quite some time. We've had the store forever.
Oh, that's so sweet. How long?
Not too long. And by the time you kind of wrap up that conversation, Honor, you see your friends outside.
Oh, Gunter, Yolinda, please excuse me. My associates have come back, and I step out to meet them. And I wave to them. Hello.
Otter, we're on a dire quest.
I suddenly look at you as like, yes. What do you need?
The bones of a saint have been stolen, removing the consecration from the church. If we do not return it soon, this town could be vulnerable.
I see. Understood. Who's stolen it? Do you have any leads? And I'm looking around.
Yes, it was the coffin maker.
I see. And do I see the coffin maker store across the street?
You do, as a matter of fact. It all the windows seem to be closed up tight. The sign has a coffin above the front door. It's a 2-story building. Looks very uninviting.
All right. Honor is going to match pace with Beltic as he strides over to the coffin maker's house.
All right. As you get there, you notice that the building seems very cold in the sense of like just the condition of it.
Like the windows and doors are locked up and stuff like that, are boarded over and everything.
Yeah.
All right, Honor's just going to go straight to the front door and like knock on it loudly, and it's like, "Sir, let us in. We know what you've did. If you wish to, sir, we know what you've did. Please let us in so we can resolve this issue post haste."
Beltic pulls his nunchucks at this point.
Well, I was gonna go kick the door in.
And
You
I
have
tr-
the right to remain silent. Everything you say and do will be recorded in a court of law.
Well, actually, guys, technically, he bought the bones, so maybe we take it down a notch, right?
You hear,
If
Wait,
we do
what?
not-
I kind of turned looking at Ed, and I'm like, wait, what?
you hear a voice. Go away. Leave me alone. We're closed.
he bought stolen goods in arenas at risk. We can't take chances with someone like this. Kick the door down, Larry.
There's a
Jesus,
string-
Honor's kind of
Beltic.
looking confused, trying to process like what exactly happened because he's heard like two sides of the story, so he's just standing there for a bit.
I rolled a 10 on my strength check to kick the door in.
You kick the door, but it doesn't seem to do anything in terms of busting it open.
Sir, we request
Beltic-
that you open your establishment immediately. We have reason to suspect stolen goods are in the vicinity.
Right, Larry, kick it again, and then I give it a
Roll a
advantage.
16.
Who gave you the authority? You're not the guards.
We can go and fetch the guards. Would you like to involve them in this?
I got 16 on the strength check.
All right. The door kicks open.
Beltic would like to charge in and attack the coffin maker who's yelling back at us.
Damn, man.
Beltic
Honor-
ain't playing around.
Honor was kind of leaning over, and he's like, he does know that they're still up. No, wait, you're leaving. All right, never mind. All right.
Roll to hit.
23.
You definitely hit him.
That does 5 bludgeoning damage, and then for my unarmed strike for martial arts.
All right.
Let's not kill him, man.
25 with 8 bludgeoning damage.
He stumbles back and falls over, and blood seems to be coming out of his mouth, and he looks to be unconscious.
Honor's
Beltic-
like suddenly surprised, and he's going to move to try and hold back Beltic. Like he's going to try and grapple Beltic to have him stop doing this.
Yeah, don't kill him, dude.
Beltic just starts screaming at his unconscious body, "Tell me where the bones are!"
You hear the sounds of footsteps coming from outside.
12 athletics to restrain Beltic.
Yeah, Beltic isn't fighting you two. At this point, he's just like crazily, like you essentially can pick him up. He's like kicking in the air, just like, "Where are the bones? I know you're just pretending. Get up here and fight like a man."
Beltic, calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out.
I'm just shaking my head.
Relax. Calm down. Are you okay now, Beltic?
Can I roll animal handling to try to calm down Beltic?
Yeah. Animal handling wouldn't do here.
That's a joke.
I know.
Someone gives Beltic a tummy rub. He eventually calms down a bit.
Can I just like football hold you, Beltic? Like I'm trying to calm you down while I have you grappled, and then I just like transition you to a football hold, and I kind of lean over and I lay on hands the unconscious coffin maker to bring him back to like 2 hit points.
Have you guys ever seen Mulan?
Yes.
It's you know that part when the short guy's all angry and the big guy picks him up and he just cradles him and rocks him back and forth?
Yes, that's exactly what this is.
Yes.
Beltic's like, "Okay, I may have gotten a little carried away there." But I mean, come on, he wouldn't open the door. He deserved it.
No, he didn't. Look here. I kind of just set you down off to like one side, Beltic, and I pat you. I was like, "Are you okay now? Breathe in, breathe out, relax."
Yeah, you're right. I should save up the fight for whoever's upstairs. And I pull my nunchucks out. Let's go, everyone.
Nope,
I heard
nope. I
footsteps.
pick you back up and I start like,
Hey,
grappling you and everything.
You go to cast Cure Wounds and it's not working.
Not cure wounds, lay on hands for 2 hit points.
Still not working.
All right, now that's a little bit odd.
I didn't kill
try-
him though, right? Because I just like to point out if I killed him, I gain 6 temporary hit points.
Oh, you definitely killed him because I didn't hear any like restraint or non-lethal.
Oh, there was none. So yeah, I actually knew the moment I killed him. I knew my whole I literally ripped some of his life essence out. So I guess I probably told the party when they were trying to heal him. I'm like, oh no, he's dead.
What? I turned to Beltic immediately. What?
Oh yeah, I hold my hands out and they're like glowing purple black. I'm like, yeah, that's what's left of him.
What have you
Otter is
done?
just like dumbfounded, like he's stricken and he can't speak. His mouth is just opening and closing at this point.
You hear
He
the,
was
you
evil.
hear-
He got what he deserved.
you hear the guards approach and they're like, "What is going on here? What is this disturbance about?"
Well,
And
we
they
heard
see they see the body and they're like,
this
Oh,
guy
God.
having like an accident, and we were just like passing by. We rushed in, and he seems to be unconscious. He was probably working on some coven or something. That's terrible. Can you try to help him?
Otter's still just standing there. His mouth is just opening and closing. He's like completely not processing anything anymore.
We have 2 of our healers trying to help him, and they've been like, unsuccessful. And then I kind of like try to see any tools or anything that could help corroborate my story around here.
"You need to make a persuasion check."
Oh man, don't fail this. Wow,
What's the total?
7.
I'm afraid that we have to take you, lady and gentlemen, in for questioning.
You did what, Beltic?
Sure.
Beltic looks at the party. We need to find the bones. This is of utmost importance.
Yeah, sure. Well,
You can't just go ahead and do that, Beltic. You need to like calm yourself. That was completely uncalled for.
Evil must be purged. This man stole the bones of a saint. He must be evil.
Didn't he
We
just
don't know if
buy
he
them?
was evil. There's due process of law. You have to follow certain procedures. You can't just take the law in your own hands.
I did follow the law. He stole the bones and we knew it, so we
He
executed
didn't
justice.
steal the bones. He bought them.
He stole them with his gold.
No, that's not stealing.
That's called commerce.
What you
I
did
shake
is
my
called
head.
Murder.
I shake my head at the fact that these guys are debating that in front of the guards, and I'm like, what?
That's the
Yeah,
point.
Bel-
Otter standing there.
Beltic actually does see the guards. He honestly seems confused about like what he did being wrong. He was like, no, yeah, we knew what he did. That's how you're supposed to handle these things, right? You service people are so strange.
Otter doesn't care. He's still arguing this with Beltic. Just still flabbergasted.
The guard turns over. He's like, "I'm afraid you have to come in."
Yeah, sure. Can you just help us? We'll come in. Can you just help us transport the coffin maker? Or
There's already coffins right here. We can just put them in one.
no, I mean we
Um,
need to.
how
We'll
about-
we'll
What?
come with you guys, but
How about
come in and help us. And then I wait for them to come in door, and then I slam shut the door and attack him.
oh?
Like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of that now?
Is Beltic able to read Ed's body language and know like what he's planning?
Make me an insight.
You're attacking the guards?
Yeah, man. I ain't going for questioning.
17 on insight.
Gave you the wink.
Yeah, Beltic feigns trying to pick the body up. Like, he's like, oh, it's so heavy. I mean, Beltic already is only an 8 strength, so he couldn't do it even if he wanted to, most likely. But he's like feigning, like, oh, I need help getting this body up. Oh.
Here,
And, like,
I'll help. And Honor's completely oblivious to what's going on, and he actually like moves in to try and pick up the body.
The guards are trying to enter the room, and considering you did kick the door open, I'm gonna need a strength check.
To close the door?
Yes.
Damn.
oh, right, we broke that thing down.
12.
All right. They seem like you're holding the door pretty tight, but you know it's just a matter of time before they get in there.
No, I want them in.
Oh, you want them in?
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
want
come
them in, and then I want to close the door behind them, and then, like,
You can say it. Murder them.
I want to actually, I'm gonna push Larry in front of the door.
All right. Well, there's only one guard that can get in at a time, but there's a total of 4 of them.
Oh my god. I'm gonna wait for all 4 of them to be inside, and everybody of our party to be inside before I do that.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to do.
Honor's like talking to the guards, and he's going, "Look, sir, we will submit to your justice system and everything like that. There was a big misunderstanding, but however, this man has very precious relics in his possession, which will provide safety and help to this town. If you could assist us in looking for them, we'll then go to the gatehouse completely. We'll go to the gatehouse with no problems."
Do me a favor. Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage, so it just is a moot point.
Give me a total.
8.
You don't do a very good job. As a matter of fact, they're drawing their weapons.
Wait, if you
no,
use
I'm fine with
Tides of
that. I'm
Chaos,
just
you get
trying.
15.
No, he was at disadvantage.
Oh,
Tides evened it.
No, I wasn't at anything. I wasn't at advantage or anything because it just canceled out. But I understand that they're drawing their weapons, and I have my hands up, and I'm like, listen, please, there's very valuable relics in here. If we will accompany you back to the guardhouse with no problems, no qualms, or anything, at least let us get the relics before we do that.
Can I do an insight check to see if I think they're actually even going to bring us in? I mean, after all, they don't see people of other like races that often. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised I'm the first deep gnome they've ever seen. I'm kind of concerned if we're ever actually going to see justice.
Yeah, go ahead and make me insight.
12?
You think they're sticking to their roles as guards?
Okay, so like, yeah, they're not going to kill us on sight. Okay, that's what I needed to know. But yeah, if Ed's going through with this, I'm more than willing. I kind of give him the slight nod back. My hands still got a slight purple blackish glow to them.
And then
I'm
if
still completely oblivious to this.
like if there's not enough room for the 4 guards, I play into like dragging them inside the room. Like I go towards the back of the room so they have to come in and get us type of thing. But
Maybe
like
we should.
Can I try and intimidate them to like mind their own business and go away?
At disadvantage.
And while he's doing that, I kind of look to Ed and maybe kind of try and suggest like split the party, kind of do some hand signs, be like, maybe we should split their party, 2 of them in, close the door, give them like a 2, then a slam.
Just an FYI, it is daytime, and you notice that people are starting to kind of look from the vicinity of the stockyard.
They're all like, "Hey, look, it's Honor Pendragon," and the other people.
Honor puts his hands on his head, and he's just, he's getting down onto his knees, putting his hands on his head, everything.
Isn't that Honor Pendragon?
Yes.
I think I've heard of him.
They ask you guys to disarm your weapons, put them in a pile, and
Agreed. Honor, disarms his weapons, but the entire time he's telling him to look for the sacred relics.
Honor Beltic kind of shrugs and tosses his nunchucks into whatever pile's being formed. He knows he doesn't need them either way.
Ella does the same with her silvered rapier and the other stuff she has.
I'm standing outside. I don't acknowledge knowing these people.
all right. Well, make me a deception check, Larry. Or yeah.
It failed. I disarmed.
They ask you to come with them too.
17.
You think you need you could basically stand near the stockyard, Malcary,
Yeah.
and kind of mingle in a little bit.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lose myself in the crowd.
Yeah. The rest of the party is currently they're collecting all your weapons, and they take out manacles and they put them on. They ask you to put your hands behind your back.
Honor does so.
They read you your Barovian rights.
Do they have?
Beltic?
As I say, do they have a manacle small enough for Beltic? Because I mean, he's by no means got human-sized wrists, so I don't even know if they'd have manacles that fit him. They don't really see people like him.
Yeah,
so I mean, he basically tells them like, "Hey, I'm not going to hurt anybody, but that's all I got for you. I'm just not going to hurt you."
They take some rope. Well, especially with you being the primary suspect, they'll.
Yeah, I got literal blood on my hands. I can see them wanting to tie my hands up.
Yeah, they tie your hands up, and basically, they ask you 5 to come with them to the barracks.
Of course, sir.
The kid is in absolute shock right now. He's in the corner, crying, as you guys have murdered this poor coffin maker.
I growl at him as we leave.
That's the gravedigger that came from the church, right?
Yes, he's not a kid. He's a young man, I should say.
And I do ask the guards, what about the sacred relics that this man has wrongfully taken?
You worry about yourself right now.
Of course, but this is an utmost paramount. It's for the safety of the village in total, and for the safety of everyone here that's living in it. If you can find those relics and return them to the church.
We will talk once we get to the barracks. Just let us do our jobs.
Of course, sir.
And Malcary, you see them being escorted to the barracks.
Yeah, as soon as I see them all leave, I'm going to go back and confront that young man.
I kind of look to Ed a bit, and I kind of try and whisper to him as quietly as I possibly can, be like, should I escape? It'd be really easy for me to.
You know what? I'm not at Beltic, and then I bolt. I escape. I run.
And Beltic will use a Kai point to do step of the moment we get to a place where he can either duck behind a building or some crates or something large that can hide him, where he can kind of duck between things. He'll use a Kai point to do step of the wind to disengage and take a dash action.
Same here. Fuck it, man. I'm not going to jail.
You guys
So
in
yeah, I'll
manacles.
use a move and a dash as well as a disengage to go ahead. They only tied up my hands, so I can still run.
All right. I need. How fast do you guys move?
In one turn, I can get 70 feet and disengage.
And
Me, I
Ed?
do. If I disengage, I move 60.
all right. Make me stealth checks at disadvantage because you're doing this while they're looking for you.
7.
Hold on.
That's a 1 though.
Yeah, it was a critical fail. It was a 1.
It's an 8.
There's no critical failures when it comes to this type of check. Basically, you guys are currently running away from 2 of the guards as they're chasing you down. The other 2 guards look at you guys with their weapons pointed at you. They seem to be carrying, definitely look like they're carrying pole arms of some type.
Sir, you have to understand, we didn't have anything to do with that. If you'd help,
We don't care.
I
We don't care
understand
right
that.
now.
I understand that,
You
but
need to-
I'm warning you that one of them is very, very fast and very, very slippery. So you might need to send more people to try and find him.
Oh, we will. Absolutely.
The fuck, Honor? Which side are you on, man?
Dude, my name is Honor.
Did you see that bus coming? I bet you did.
Dude, my name is Honor.
So I'm back at the coffin shop, and I'm making this young man help me find them bones.
He's actually with the guards.
Oh, he went
'Cause
with
they
them?
want to question. Yes, because he needs to be questioned as well.
So then I'm just searching this place for the bones.
Make me a perception or an investigation roll.
All right. 19.
Whereabouts are you in the place?
I can't even see in here. I guess I'm just searching in concentric circles, just trying to find a place where he might have stashed them.
Okay, so there's the entryway, obviously, to the place.
Yeah.
You don't seem to find anything in that room.
How big is this place?
Uh,
Is it like a showroom?
This is kind of his working room.
Yeah,
It's basically where he does his work at.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep searching until I find him. If I can find him. While the ruckus goes on.
All right, you see a door to the right when you go in. It's about 15 feet down from the wall.
Say here. Oh, it's really laggy. Yeah,
Give
are
me
those
one.
windows on the right wall?
Hang on one second. Let me pull up.
Looks like there's a bunch of windows or else a bunch of doors in this room with the coffins.
Oh man. This is not good, split party. This ain't good.
Seems like this place is dark.
Okay, there you are. I was just looking for you.
Oh,
In this room, you see lots and lots of coffins. And they seem to be about 13 of them.
so I'll start searching.
All right, make me investigation roll.
4.
Damn! What's going on with our rolls?
I guess I'll just start at the door and go clockwise. You want me to roll for each one?
So we're still all being arrested.
Looks like only Ella and Larry are still in the guards' custodies.
Nope, Honor is too.
And the guards are still there?
I think you're with. There were 4 guards. 2 are after me and Baltic, so there's probably 2 guards with you.
Sorry about that. I lost you. You don't seem to find anything in the coffins.
So I check them all, nothing.
Correct.
Any other obvious places where you might hide bones?
Nothing that you see out of the ordinary.
Okay. Then I guess I'll leave.
So you'll leave the coffin maker?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the upstairs?
Well, there's a couple. I was going to mention there are a couple doors to the south.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll take those doors then.
Which door do you look at? One to the left and one to the right.
So I'll look at the right one, or the left
Okay.
one first.
All right. There looks to be stairs going up.
And the right one?
Looks to be like a kitchen.
So I'll go check the kitchen.
All right. In this room, you see basically, some cabinets and a table for eating, and a stove.
Yeah, I'll check everything. Another 4.
Yeah, you don't really see anything in here other than you see worthless items.
Yeah.
That, trinkets.
Any other doors or windows or anything? Looks like there's a window or 2.
Yeah, the window or 2 you can see out into the. Well, actually, no, they're boarded up. Never mind.
Okay.
You can see cracks. Like when you look through, you can see the cracks that you can see out into the stockyard and things like that.
So I'll go back and check out these stairs.
All right. Go ahead and move the token. There it goes to the second floor.
Damn.
Too far.
There we go.
You see 2 doors to your left and to your right.
So I'm real skittish right now, so I'm on my guard.
All right.
So open the one to the left.
All right. This appears to be a room with lots of boxes. Oh, I'm sorry. To the bottom left.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So in this room, you see what appears to be a study.
Natural 20.
You find the bones, actually. They appear to be in the southeast corner. If you go up into the next bedroom,
Yeah.
they appear to be in the southeast corner along with some coins that have the emblem of Strahd's lineage, or his crest.
So I'll take all of that.
All right.
And then I'm getting the hell out of here.
All right. As you do that, you hear what appears to be creaking noises coming from the east. You can place yourself on the staircase.
Yeah, all right. From the east room?
Yeah.
That behind the door?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm DDing. I'm getting the hell out.
All right.
Run away.
All right. So at this point, you've put the DM in a kind of a storyline quandary, so to speak.
My bad.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna need a beer or two to think over everything. So I would say this would be a good point to wrap up.
Okay.
So how much XP was the coffin maker worth?
10?
That's a joke, but yeah.
Yeah. You had good role playing, so I'll give you guys 500 for today, including your 10 experience from the slaughter of that poor coffin maker.
Okay, so we got our hands on the bones?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hey, anyone who can afford priest bones is not poor by any means.
So Melcari, you have a homework assignment.
Uh-oh.
You need to find a way to get your friends out of their pickle.
Yeah, that's my next thought.
You're probably going to need to do it on your own for now. So if you could,
Well,
go ahead. Al.
I had two ideas actually. Well, it's sort of like one whole idea. I was going to say, could I do a persuasion check, because I have a pretty good persuasion, and see if I could convince the guards to go join the others. Be like, well, it's been a while and they're not coming back, and if they were going to catch him, I would think they'd be back by now, so I suggest you guys go after him. And then I was going to use knock to undo my shackles.
You would be at the barracks currently. So my thought would be this: as you guys head to the station or to the barracks, you guys are brought in, and there's a single jail cell in there. So you guys are kind of in holding, so to speak. I have to resolve the situation with Ed and Beltic here in a second.
Yeah, so I'm going to create a story about the bones. And I'm going to use the bones as leverage and reason on why we killed this guy.
And I mean, I think
And I'm going to get the cleric to help me with it, since we were doing his bidding.
Now we're talking. We might be onto something.
That's a good thought. You would probably need to not only come up with a good story, you're going to need to find a way to explain why your two friends decided to bolt on the guards.
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that up to Ella.
All right.
Let her do the explaining.
Okay. So, in order to do this, you guys are going to need to have to communicate with each other. And you're going to have to go to the station eventually.
Right.
Melcarry. So,
Yep.
Let me see what happens with the whole Ed and Beltic thing while all this is going on. So you definitely have spent a lot of time investigating the rooms. So I have to resolve this part of it in order to make it more realistic in that end. So currently you guys are running down the alley of one of the side streets, and you got the two guards. Your movement would be 1670.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Eventually, you would get to losing them, but I do need a stealth check or two to do it.
All right.
At disadvantage still?
Wait, can I give him bardic inspiration beforehand?
No.
Damn.
We are way too far away. We're
Yeah,
already being escorted to the barracks.
Yeah.
True.
So what I will say is the reason why you're at disadvantage is both of you guys have manacles, and you're also behind your backs. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you've
Yeah, I
ever
follow
seen
that.
Naruto, that just makes him run faster.
All right. So make me 2 stealth checks with disadvantage, one for each of you.
First one, I got a 1 for a total of 7.
And I got a 9. Fuck.
All right.
And then for the second one, I got a 9.
All right. And for you, Ghost?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant 2, like 1 each, but
Yeah, I said that originally, but since they keep seeing you, you have to keep running. Makes sense.
okay. My second one is 11 at disadvantage.
So, Ghost, you're able to lose them after turning the corner with your speed.
Okay.
Beltic, you would need to, if you need to make one more roll, and the guards are kind of, what they're doing is they're splitting up trying to pin one of you two down. So I need you to make me a stealth check again.
Okay, yeah, Beltic kind of flags them all towards him, trying to help Ed escape. He's like, over here, just yelling loud, so that way they're all coming after him for those first 2.
And even if I can hide, I want to try to satellite around Baltic and keep a line of sight and like a good firing position. Fuck, I don't have a crossbow. My hands are
And-
tied. Damn!
Well, I got a
not good.
16 on my last one.
All right. So you could probably get into a good hiding spot, and they basically lose you. I need to have Ed make one more check.
Is that still with disadvantage?
Correct.
8.
All right. They managed to capture you, Ed.
What?
They basically have their weapons pointed at you. You surrender now, or else we're forced to really bring you in.
But like, do I still have like some sort of distance between them and me?
Yeah, they're shouting from a distance away.
I'm running. I'm still running. And where's Beltic?
Beltic is
Yeah, can we see each other?
Beltic. You can see Beltic. He's hiding behind basically a couple of crates in the alley.
And do I know where Ed is, or did I lose him too when I kept running past?
Oh, you definitely see where Ed is.
I kind of am looking for a signal from him, like if he's going to run, if he's going to fight. And if I see him running, I stay put. But if he's going to fight, I'm going to go ahead and jump in too.
Okay, I'm gonna run towards where Beltic is, but kind of like to lure the guards, not to him, but in the area. And what I'm going to do.
Actually, is there any narrow areas where they'd have to pass single file along this like area?
Yeah, you get to a position where you can do that.
Run them through there. I have a plan.
Okay, and what I want to do is I'm going to move. I'm going to use my action to do a sleight of hand, see if I can do something about those manacles. The intent would be to try to bring them in front of me, and then undo them if I can.
It would be a escape check.
Escape check?
Yeah, it would be whatever ability you want to use, which would be Dex in this case.
Mm-hmm.
You need to roll extremely high because they seem to be of a very high quality.
All right, and damn man. All right, so it's just a Dex saving throw.
It's an ability check, so just roll with your Dex modifier.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
And did Beltic, like while he was watching that, did he have time to try and get out of these ropes?
You could do it as you are hiding. Same type of roll, Beltic.
Wait, what if I use my thieves' tools to help me?
With your back behind you.
I mean, I can still reach my pocket, right? From like.
You can you can make a Dex check to grab the tools with your fingertips.
Okay, so I got 12 dexterity on my pure dexterity check.
All right.
And Beltic only got a 6, so he's still trying to struggle his way out of these things.
All right. You guys seem to be struggling to get your restraints loosened. The guards are going to advance towards you guys.
They still don't know where I am, though, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And I'm still
Correct.
using move and a dash, so I'm still moving 60 feet.
All right. So you're gonna move pretty fast, Ghost, but with Beltic, the guards will pass you this turn, or this moment.
And is that the point where they're single file?
Yes.
I am going to go ahead and jump out and join alongside with Ghost, and I'm going to drop and let my oil of slipperiness break, which counts as a grease spell on that square.
Is your oil of slipperiness accessible?
I mean, I assumed I kept it on my belt loop.
Okay.
So, I mean, my hands would be there, I think.
Yeah, you could maneuver the belt. I'll give you that.
So, yeah, as I'm running, I just kind of go ahead and knock it off, and it's just in a class file, so it'd break right there, counting as a grease spell in that square.
There it goes. Roll me 2d20s if you could.
Yeah. That's a 15 for the first one and 8 for the other one.
All right, the first guard goes by. The second one slips and falls.
Well, I look kind of at Ed now. I'm like, there's only one up. If you need, I can go ahead and deal with this one, and you can keep running.
Well, the other guards definitely can tell a voice. He's still looking for you. He's helping out the other guard to stand up.
Well, I still say that to Ed. I'm kind of waiting for his response if he wants me to go try and take the one down who's alone for a little bit. Because Beltic seems pretty confident in his ability to take out each guard one at a time. Even if they're only separated by a few seconds, Beltic seems pretty confident in his ability to do it.
Do it! Just
Then
do it!
Then Beltic gives him the nod and goes charging at the other one, feet ready to start kicking.
All right, make an attack roll. Remember, you are restrained. You are not restrained, but you're gonna have disadvantage because of the manacles.
That'll work. I want to go ahead and the one who is currently going after us be closer to the one who is knocked down? Would it be possible for me to get around the one who is currently standing to the one who's on the ground and without taking an opportunity attack?
You would provoke from that.
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll run over to the one who's knocked down and take the opportunity attack.
Thing is, the prone one would cancel your disadvantage because you have advantage.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Have the ghost, if you could roll a d20 plus 2.
But don't you have to step into the grease to do it?
No, because I can be on the outside of it, I assume, because he fell in the grease and only takes up the one square.
That's a 21.
He hits you, Beltic.
Okay, what's the damage I'm looking at?
It's a spear, so it'd be a d6, I believe.
Any modifier?
Yeah, add the 2.
That's a 6.
And how long do temporary hit points last?
For the false life.
Yes.
I think they last until the next rest, like long rest.
Yeah, I think it is. Pretty
long.
Okay, so then the shimmering around my hands disappears, but I seem unharmed. I.e., I have no temporary hit points now.
All right. So go ahead.
And then
go ahead and make your attack.
I go ahead and start kicking the one guy. $14 to hit.
That will hit.
It does 7 bludgeoning damage. I'm trying to do non-lethal. I'm not trying to kill the guy, just knock him out.
Yes, you knock out the guard.
You just end up resisting arrest.
Nice!
And that still goes ahead and gives me temporary hit points because it doesn't specify kill them. It just specifies they go to 0 hit points.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I gain my 6 temporary. Once again, my hands start to glow blackish purple. And I look at the other guard, and I kind of growl at him. Kind of have a devilish smile on my face, really trying to draw him in while Ed runs away. And with that will... is he still within... No, he wouldn't be because I took temporary. So yeah, that'll end my turn.
I just want to keep a distance with the guards. Like I just don't want to get caught, but I don't want to separate myself from Beltic too much. So if
Yeah, Beltic's giving you the nod. He's like, go for it, run. I'm gonna knock these two out. I'll find my own hiding place. You gotta find one for yourself now while you have a chance. They're all gonna find us if you don't.
well, okay, so right now there's one guy unconscious. There's another guard right by Beltic, right?
There's a bit of distance between us because I took an opportunity attack, so I had to not be in range of him.
Okay.
So there's at least 5 feet of distance between me and him. But I'm just giving you the go. I'm clearly trying to draw this guy in so that way you have a small period of time where no guards are around you and you can get a good hiding place.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I want to try to hide, And then I want to undo these fucking manacles.
All right, so Ghost, you're gonna disappear while Beltic is trying to take care of the guard. Is that what?
Yeah, but like I really want to get rid of the manacles. That's like. That's what
Okay. Well, give me a stealth check. This time, no disadvantage because of the fact that you're so far away.
Okay, it's a 10.
All right, you slink off to a corner and you think you're hidden.
All right, and then when I have a
Let me-
chance, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me resolve this with Beltic
Okay, no problem.
real quick.
I didn't think this is how today was going to go, in all honesty, when I booted up roll 20.
All right, Beltic, the guard's going to take a swing at you. Go ahead and type in roll d20 plus 2.
Coming up. That's an 8.
That will miss.
That will miss.
All right, Beltic.
So what kind of action would it be to go ahead and do to try and undo these? Could I like try and undo them in one turn? The ropes?
Let's worry about that after you get away from the guard.
Okay, I would like to go ahead and... Now I'm going to knock him out. I was thinking about maybe trying to run for it, but I'll try and go ahead and knock him out. So I'll do an unarmed strike with disadvantage.
All right.
13.
That will hit.
For 7 bludgeoning damage, and I'm also not trying to kill this guy.
You knock him out.
Okay. Seeing them both knocked out, do any of them have like a blade on them or something that I could use to try and cut myself free? Well, they have the pole arm, so I try and use like that pole arm to carefully cut myself free from these ropes.
Let me get to Ella and them real quick while you guys are in non-combat.
Sounds good.
All right. So Ella, you are currently in the holding cell with who else is in there?
I am.
Okay. So, and Larry, I think, is too, right?
Yeah, I think he is. He's AFK in the chat though.
Okay. So the three of you are in the holding cell, and the guards arrive with what looks to be a man who's wearing red noble clothing, and the sheriff is there. I'll give you the name in a second.
Do I recognize him as a noble myself? Also, I do have position of privilege as a noble person myself. I stand up when he comes in also.
Okay. He sees you and he's like, I see you. Where are you from, young man?
I tell him that I'm a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. My mother is Ariana Pendragon. We've been serving in the Order of Gauntlet for centuries.
Sorry, I disconnected there for a minute.
It's all right, Larry. We're in the jail cell right now. I'm the burgomaster. I'm Lord Velakovich.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Lord Velakovich. I'm Honor Pendragon.
All will be well. I need to know what has happened. Our coffin maker was murdered by one of your companions.
Yes, sir. That came as a surprise to me as well. He is from the Underdark and not too familiar with the ways of the surface. I fear that...
What is this Underdark you're talking about?
I've never been there myself, sir, but from the stories I've heard, it's a very dangerous and cutthroat place. I fear that he might have reacted he reacted far too strongly than the situation warranted.
Well, basically, you see the sheriff come in, or you see what appears to be a bodyguard, and he looks to be very, very cold in terms of the way you guys are. He stares you down, and this guy, in terms of what this man looks like, he seems to be very much a bald man. He's wearing like fur, and he's wearing a studded leather, and he it looks to have a very chiseled face, and he has this creepy look to him in terms of he looks like somebody that
He doesn't resemble the coffin maker, does he?
no, not at all. And he looks like his arm looks to be deformed. And he has a great axe that he has strapped to his back. And Ella, you seem to get the creeps when you see this guy.
As he comes in, I give him a nod just to recognize that he's there.
So why, the Baron's like, why did you guys break into the coffin maker's house like you did?
Again, my compatriot was overzealous. It was mostly he that carried out. We were told from the churchmaster that we suspected the coffin maker had sacred relics that were used in the protection of this town. It was my understanding that we were going to get them and try and get them back peacefully.
Well, listen, he basically says to you, we have laws in this town, which your friend did is cold-blooded murder, and until he is captured, consider your friends accomplices.
Why, sir? We were just there. We had no part in the murder.
Well, if you're there, you obviously are accountable for his actions.
The guards were there as well. They are not accountable for his actions as well. We were standbys. Yes, he was.
He interrupts you and he says, the guards did not see this happen. They showed up, they saw the man's arms and fist with blood. Or this little he goes on to explain basically his biased view of what a gnome looks like.
Sir, if you also saw, we were trying to hold back his actions. Again, what I fear this has boiled down to was a grievous mistake of someone who is unused to the surface world. I understand he has to stand for the crimes that he committed, but in the meanwhile, we should not be punished on his behalf.
All right, make me a persuasion check. Ella, you can add in the bardic inspiration, which is fine. What's your total?
Oh, you need me to roll persuasion?
Yes, I need you to roll persuasion. I need Ella to roll with the bardic add the D8 with the bardic D8, I believe, with the bard inspiration.
It's a D6.
Oh yeah, you're not high enough yet. Yeah, it would be a D6.
10.
All right. The Baron's very stern about this stance. He basically says, "You guys will stay in here until we can resolve the situation."
Sir, I don't understand why you're still holding us here. Again, we had nothing to do with this matter.
Until the rest of your friends show up to corroborate your story, I cannot see you being let go.
If you were to release us, we could find our friends and bring them here in order to corroborate the story and get this all sorted out in much more time, sir.
As you do this, one of the guardsmen is like, "Sir, Josh and Ten have not come back yet. They're supposed to report if they didn't find anything." The Baron looks very distraught over the news, and he says, "All right, assemble the town guard at once. These men need to be apprehended."
Sir, if you release us, we could help in bringing this misunderstanding to right. It would be useless to leave us here in the cell.
Like I said, once your other friends are apprehended, we'll go over this.
And we can help with that, sir. We can help find them and bring them to a discussion so that we can all converse about what happened and set this misunderstanding correctly.
Make another persuasion.
Do I still get bardic information?
Inspiration, I believe she has 2 you can use.
Are you
Yeah,
going
I
to
have
give it?
two.
Are you going to give it to me a second time?
I don't think I can actually. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
a
I
limit?
think I can.
Oh,
Let's see. I can't use Tides of Chaos because I already did. All right, persuasion check. Here it goes. Really? Really? All right. All right. Fine. Hold on. Let me roll my d6.
I've never seen us roll this bad.
11.
It's insane, man. Like, we fail every single roll.
Keep rolling ones.
Even you.
The Baron's like, "We will discuss this later. Guard, stand guard until we find out where these men are."
Sir, as I said before, we'd be happy to assist. I'd be willing to discuss this with you now.
He's heading out the door of the cell. He's heading out the door of the barracks. Sorry. So at this point, this is a good time to stop because we have Malcary with the bones, who hasn't been identified as your friends yet. You have Ed and Beltic, who need to remove their restraints, and you have you guys standing firm in the cell.
Can we have closure though on the restraint? Otherwise, I can't sleep. I won't be able to sleep for a week.
Well, that's what the cliffhangers are about, my friend.
But like,
But it's only 3:30.
Wouldn't be the cliffhanger like the like what we do after?
Well, like I said, Carrie's got to come up with a really good story, because 1, he hasn't been identified as a associate. 2, it's his word versus if he can persuade the guards that these bones were actually stolen, which I think in this case he's going to need some assistance.
Yeah, I'm going to take the bones back to the cleric and explain what happened.
Yeah, and that's a good plan. But like in the meantime, we would probably know, like we'd probably be able to get rid of these these restraint, and then we could probably do something in the meantime, me and Baltic,
All right.
that we can think of.
Jailbreak.
I'm worried you're making it worse.
Well, not today. Well, like the only thing we could do is make sure that we're able to have free hands and start to come up with a plan ourselves, plan B type thing.
I got an idea for that too.
Yeah. So I know it's multiple threads, but at the same point, I don't know if it can be resolved right away because you got a heightened guard that's looking for you.
You mean because there's 2 unconscious guards, right?
There are, but they also haven't reported back to their posts.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. In the
And-
meantime, we just want to get rid of the restraint.
Yeah. I'll grant you guys the time to get the restraints off.
Okay,
But
that's
now
all.
you guys are fugitives now. So
Yeah,
you got to
exactly.
figure out how to.
Yeah, we're gonna try to figure
Yeah.
out a plan. But can we leave the session as in like we're out of restraint now and can start to come up with something? Me and Baltic plot something from the bushes.
Yes, you could.
And I would like to formally apologize for the clusterfuck I started. I just assumed the guy was going to start fighting, so I'm like, I better take him out quick.
Leads to an interesting story.
Like you should have like a note to self: use non-lethal.
Yeah, Beltic's going to learn from this situation.
Because we're in a bit of a pick hole.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that can be resolved in the next half hour. It's going to be, you're going to need to tie strands together, and I think by the time it gets to that point, I think it will be definitely past the end of the session.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We've been playing for almost 4 hours now, so we can end it here. We can kind of like hang around a little bit to discuss some plans, like without metagaming, because some of us are group, so we can kind of like bounce ideas and stuff like that we would have the time to.
It's getting to be about 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to probably sign off here at this point.
And that, so
Yeah, so I'll see you guys next week then.
all right, Simon,
Bye.
take it easy.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah, Honor's in the cell anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Honor Larry and Ella.
All right, so
Honor's going to be singing with Ella in the jail cell, just to pass
Yeah.
the time away.
We're in the
Yeah,
jailhouse now.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
so Malcary, what I will do with you, we're still rolling, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Ghost.
What do you mean, like if we're still on stream?
Yeah.
Currently we are.
Okay. Well, which is fine. What I can do is I can resolve Malcary's part of it with the cleric in the next 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, excellent. Thanks. So, Malcary, you see all these guards, like all of a sudden you see like multiple guards just come out of nowhere. Like the town militia's been assembled, and basically you see this.
Right.
So you head back to the church and you see the Father Lucian in there, and he says, "You look concerned, my friend. What has happened?"
So I explained to him, well, some of what happened. I told him I found the bones. Here they are. I say, in our efforts to retrieve the bones, we found out that this coffin maker was using them to try to summon some evil creature, and we had to kill him to get the bones from him.
Oh, the poor coffin maker. I can't believe that you got murdered.
Well, he was actually wanted to fight us over the bones. He's the one who had them stolen from you.
I see. Well, I guess we have to head to the barracks then, don't we?
Yes, we need to go explain this all because my group of friends has been taken into custody, and they think that we just murdered this guy when actually he's a nefarious individual.
All right. Well, we need. Well, take a rest. You seem exhausted. I'll brew some tea, and we will get to the barracks shortly.
So I give him the bones.
All right. I think that will do for today. So.
All right, so we can end here. So basically, we have Mel at the church. We have Ella, Larry, and Hunter in jail, and then we have Beltic and Ed, which are kind of like just freed of their manacles, and they are looking to hide the guards, the unconscious guards.
Excellent. So I will see you guys next week. We'll resume same time.
Yeah.
And you said we got 500 XP?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you guys did roleplay pretty well, so 500 XP sounds good.
Puts me at level 3 now.
Excellent.
Do Ed and Beltic get extra XP for the guards?
Yes, they will get an extra 50 apiece.
Woo!
I mean, they are.
How much gold did I get?
You got about 15 gold.
About 15. Okay.
All right, excellent. And we'll enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and I will see you guys next week.
All right, Ryan. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week. All right, everyone. So that's gonna be it for this session. So that was episode 21. I think we succeeded to derail the story pretty much for now. I don't think we meant to, but you know, players being players. We are going to try to come up with a few plans. I think we have a few plans in place to how to get this thing back on track, get our friends back, without being hanged by an entire village. So we'll need some time to think about all of that. And then we should be back next week. So next Sunday, and pick it up exactly where we left. And hopefully this video is going to be on YouTube by then, because I'll probably have to rewatch the end just to make sure exactly where we stand. So until then, you guys have a good week, and you stay safe. And if you make sure you don't miss next session, or make sure you're not missing any kind of like announcement, stuff like that. Make sure you follow the Twitter. The link is in the at the bottom of the page there. It's basically Twitter at Ghost One Gaming, and then I'll update that. And then if there's not any kind of like problem with the DM schedule or anything like that, which there should be, then we'll see you next week. So take care, and we'll see you around.